Welcome to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that affects all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Brandy Lawrence, and today we are joined by another distinguished guest. Lori McKinney, who is the co-founder and director of the Riff Raff Arts Collective, joins us this morning. Thanks so much for joining us here again on Community Forum.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning, and thanks again. You were here last time. We were talking about the Downtown Countdown in Princeton. It's a great time. We actually had one of our reporters go out and cover it, Catherine Skeldon. So this time we're talking about more of the Riff Raff Arts Collective and your new movement going on. So just for the people out there, can you give us a little background on Riff Raff Arts Collective?
Yeah, so we inspire and empower the creative arts in downtown Princeton, Southern West Virginia, and the Appalachian region. We do a lot of event production, community building, small business support, and creative media production. And we like to share everything that we've learned from our work in downtown Princeton, just outward with other communities who might like to transform through the arts.
Oh, wonderful, yeah. Wonderful. We always love that. So, and this new movement you have going, the We Need to Talk movement. What is this about? What is We Need to Talk? What is it that we need to talk about?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So, We Need to Talk is a movement using music videos and docu-shorts to build bridges and catalyze community healing. So what that means is that we're creating sweeping cinematic music videos with artists who have written songs either about issues that they're passionate about or just ways that they see the world that we wish the community could open their hearts to. And then we're using these videos as tools to stoke community dialogue and bring people together to talk about things. Sometimes they're hard to talk about, and just using those as a way to bring people together.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you also brought us, some videos today. I know we have a trailer for the We Need to Talk movement. So I don't know if you want to introduce it here.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So this trailer features footage from the first 2 music videos in the project. And there are going to be 8 music videos in the series, and we're just launching the first few right now. And so this trailer features footage from those 2 shoots. And I hope you enjoy it. This is basically just an introduction to the We Need to Talk project.
We all have so much to learn from each other. No one has all the answers. We may have our minds made up on a certain issue and think that there is no other way, until we get a glimpse from another's perspective and hear about the lived experience from someone who is walking a vastly different journey than our own, and our minds and our hearts are open. We need to listen deeply to each other, try our best to connect and understand our neighbors, and help us lead towards a more just and harmonious way of life. Now, more than ever, it is vital. So We Need to Talk is a movement using music videos and docu-shorts to build bridges and catalyze community healing. So what that means is we're creating works with artists who have written songs about either issues that they're passionate about or ways that we see the world that we wish that the community could open their hearts to. We're going to use these videos to stoke community dialogue and hopefully build some bridges along the way. We Need to Talk. Watch the first video in the series, The Time Is Now, available online starting January 22nd. Find out more at theriffraff.net/We Need to Talk.
And that was great. I could, hear and see over here on our monitor here, your little trailer. So what really inspired you all to start this movement? It sounds really, original. So.
Yeah, thank you. Being a songwriter myself and an artist, ever since I started writing, it's always been about using my voice to help make a difference and to sort of, help people to tap into their vision, and I like to help people raise their voices. And I've thought for the longest time that no matter where you go on the planet, there are artists in your backyard, and they're all writing poetry and singing about ways to make the world a better place. And if we could just tune into those voices and help amplify those voices, the whole world could be better for it. And it's tricky because local voices oftentimes don't get heard. And our ears are filled with a lot of mass media, and I know a lot of parents are sometimes concerned about what their children are consuming, and I think that's just sort of like a general problem as the media, in the kind of corporate sphere that we're in, or just around the planet. And so I think that local voices, finding ways to empower local voices, has always been a challenge that we've been trying to address. And really excited about the medium of music video. I feel like is particularly powerful because we all know how music can like tug at heartstrings, and it's the universal language. And people are always saying a picture is worth 1,000 words. And I thought, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, how much is video worth? And so when you put those two mediums together and do it in this like cinematic way, and then all the faces and the places are local, they're local people, they're local places, and I think it just hits different for people when they see people they know, and they see people that it's their home, and they're seeing, and we're just really hoping that particular way of communicating is going to be helpful in opening people's hearts and minds in a new kind of way.
Definitely. And I feel it'll really resonate, with West Virginians, because I feel like sometimes we don't really see ourselves as much in the media, especially, mainstream media. We're kind of forgotten about. So this is a way for us to really get out there. And I've actually talked to my family about like music videos and things all the time. And they're like, we don't see, music videos just on general television anymore. So it's good to see, people are still like making music videos and still trying to get them, out there into the public. We had like TRL and things that used to run music videos. So it could be very powerful. So I think it's a great initiative. And the artists and things involved, are they within the collective, or are they just kind of people that around town?
Yeah, we've gotten the opportunity to meet so many different artists around the local area. And so some of the artists that we're working with already just were almost kind of natural fits. We just knew the songs that they had already written, and so we just naturally already have them on board for the project. But we love this so much that we know now it's going to be a core part of our programming from this point forward. So we're always interested in meeting new artists. There is an artist from Raleigh County that we'll be working with, and so where it's not just confined to Princeton. So really anyone in Southern West Virginia that hears about the project or is writing songs or knows somebody who's writing songs, definitely send them our way.
Oh, wonderful. Yep. So all you songwriters, out there, call Lori and, get in the We Need to Talk movement, because, you're doing great work, and, you're giving exposure to these artists as well. So that's really nice. Yeah.
Thank you. A lot of these artists that we're working with, there's just no way that they would have, without this project, been able to have this kind of production surrounding them, because it can cost so much to go into the studio and create videos like this. And so it's really nice to just be able to support the artists and lift them up, and hopefully, expose them to a broader audience.
Definitely. And I see that like the video was like very, high quality. So are you looking for, any more videographers or people to help with production and things like that as well? Or
it's always nice to meet new production people, and we do a lot of event production too. And I know my husband Robert, people call him the Wizard of Mercer Street, because he's always the technical person behind the curtain, like making all the magic happen. But we even coming into the studio today and meeting and Tanya and Don and everybody that's behind the curtain. There's a lot of production talent around the region, and we always love meeting more of those people, especially when it's time to do a production like this or create an event. Having other people to call on is always really nice. So we'd love for people to reach out to us. And sometimes it can be tricky. It's hard to make that call or to reach out, and people stop themselves. But I love it when people reach out to us, because we want to include as many people as possible. And anyone who sees this and resonates with it and wants to be a part of it, we want to hear from you.
Definitely. Yeah. And are you looking for any, volunteers or anybody to, be a part of, what's going on? Any way that, people could help?
Yeah, we'd love for people to get involved, and we have a whole series of conversations. So the idea is to take these videos, and we're bringing them into local forums like this, like the forum, and then also into county commission and city council. We're going to Rotary clubs and any kind of civic body that will have us. We're trying to bring the videos in, so schools and college programs and things like that. But then we're also hosting our own open community conversations. So we just have a really nice spread of food from local businesses, and just a very welcoming environment that we hope just feels very relaxed and comfortable for people. And even if you've never been there before, that you would feel comfortable just kind of stepping out into a new environment and coming in. And those conversations will be posted at theriffraff.net/we need to talk. And so all throughout this program, pretty much from here on out, there you can find local conversations to take part in.
Yeah, and it's another way, network and find more artists and more volunteers and things like that. So it's nice to know that, you don't have to specifically be an artist to, help out.
Yeah, definitely not. It's really neat too, because sometimes the artists don't have a chance to just really talk about their work. And I know people can sometimes be intrigued by it and really not know how to talk to the artist. So it's also, that's another cool thing about the conversation, is just getting different people together that don't normally have a chance to talk and share a dialogue.
Oh, wow, yeah. And, it's kind of like an extension of We Need to Talk. You have the videos, and then you have the community forum type events to really get together and delve deeper, because you kind of get the message behind the story and where it really came from. So that's really nice.
Thank you. I do like it when I think about like the city council meetings or bringing artists into City Hall, because I go into City Hall a lot, but a lot of creative people don't really know how to have an entry point into that conversation, and it can be kind of like, I don't know, a little intimidating to walk into City Hall chambers or sort of step into those walls, but that's the people's house, and creating more entry points for people to kind of like step into those forums and share a dialogue with leaders, and having the artists show their work to county commission or city council or whatever, body that they're presenting to, and have them actually have the opportunity to talk to the artists, because I think sometimes there's just a gap, a communication gap.
Yeah.
Trying to build those bridges.
Yeah, and you usually wouldn't think, arts and politics go hand in hand, but it really can, especially with, an initiative like this. I'm sure you're touching on, certain things that are probably West Virginia issues, state issues that other people are, dealing with. So they could probably really speak to that, and maybe even, amplify it and be like, hey, this is a real issue that we should be addressing.
Yeah, and I think sometimes when people can have their minds made up about, the way that they think about something, but then they hear it from someone they know, like from their local community, and it hits different.
Yeah.
And especially maybe like you're hearing from a young voice that grew up in your community, and you see them at the coffee shop in the morning, or, they teach your kids at school, or some way that you're connected in the local community. And I'm really hoping that that's going to be a key to help sort of maybe like click something that didn't click before. Yeah.
So what do you want people to really, take away from the movement and like really, just really, get from it?
I want people to, I hope people feel inspired to start sharing their story and listening to others share their stories, because I think that our lived experience is just hard to really understand, different perspectives until you hear from a human being, and you share a dialogue and try to dig deeper past the normal sort of like surface ways that we typically relate. And I think that everybody knows that right now, this moment in time is just, it's like, what are we going to do about this world? How are we going to move forward, and how are we going to build as a community, and, break some of that tension that can exist and in our local communities. We've got the global issues and national issues and statewide issues, but there's something about our local neighborhoods. Like if you and I are like, if we see someone like fall down on the side of the street, both of us are going running to help that person. And I think that in our neighborhoods and in our local communities, there's something about our relationships that's special. We see each other on a daily basis, and if we can kind of open our hearts to each other, I feel like there's an opportunity to dig deeper and to make some progress together.
Yeah, definitely. Just, building a community through art again. So
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yes,
And once again, for people that want to get involved, people that, want to keep up with what you're doing, can you, plug a phone number and the website that they can go to?
Yeah, sure. If anyone would like to be involved, we would love to have you. You can find the conversation schedule at theriffraff.net/we need to talk. You can also find out more about the project and see all the music videos. They'll all be housed there. And if you'd like to talk to us, feel free to reach out at 304-425-6425.
Right, awesome. And that makes it our first half of our community forum. You guys come back for the second half. We're actually going to watch a We Need to Talk video. So stay with us. All right, and welcome back to WOAY Community Forum. I'm here with Lori McKinney. She is the co-founder and director of Riff Raff Arts Collective, and we are talking about the We Need to Talk movement. And she's actually about to introduce a video for us. Can you, give us a little intro, and it'll lead us right in?
Sounds great. So this music video is to the song "The Time Is Now." It was written by myself and my husband. We thought we would kick off the project and sort of set the stage for the program. And this video features all kinds of local people. They're all local artists and local places. So special places in our community like Dolly's Diner and Grant's Supermarket and our public library. So really, this was made by the community for the community. And I'm really excited to share it with you.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look.
Never there was a time when it mattered more. And never there was a time when it mattered more. Your love and your light can open up the door. And never there was a time when it mattered more. And never there was a time when your love was called upon like this. Well, all of the signs, they beckon us to shine in the darkness. So pull your heart out of your pocket and wear it on the outside. And now is the time now. can open up the door. Alright. And never there was a time when it mattered more. Out of your pocket and wear it blue on the outside. And now is the time, now is the time. So open up your heart. Open up your mind. The time is now to open up your heart and open up your eyes. Da, da, da.
All right, that was wonderful. Like, so great. Like, can you kind of, break down like some of the people that were, you were telling me about some of the people, in the video. They're really interesting. Can you give that to the audience as well?
Yeah, thank you, by the way, for your kind words. And yeah, some really wonderful people in our community, just all over the community. In particular, I have a chance to work with all these creative people. And the young boy at the bus stop, Brady Walker, is just an incredible young kid. He has this humanitarian heart that seems to be born with. At 5 years old, he started a project called Seeds of Love, where he just spreads seeds and packages up seeds and sends them to people to grow their own food. He just has this kind of calling to make the world a better place, and I just am so lucky to be a part of his creative journey. We were grateful for the cooperation of the Mercer County Board of Education, allowing us to use the school bus. And there's all these new artists that live in our community. A couple of them that spring to mind: Harrison Crawford, who was the checking out with the groceries. It's incredible artists that's a part of a collective called the Pigment Sanctuary. They just planted roots in Princeton, and they just keep bringing up, their friends keep following them. So our artist community is just growing in downtown. And the waitress that you saw at Jolly's Diner, her name is Julie McCullough, and she played on a show that was really popular when I was a kid called Growing Pains. So she played the nanny. She was Kirk Cameron's girlfriend, and she just is this wonderful creative person, and she wanted to live a small town life outside of Hollywood, like a lot of people just wanting to get out of the cities, and she wanted to come back to West Virginia because she was born here, and so she just was very attracted to the Mercer Street scene. She said it reminds her of Melrose, back when all the artists would hang out before it got all commercialized. And just and then the Disgruntled Diner, you may have recognized, that was Greg Puckett, who is one of our county commissioners, and also just this very creative person. A lot of people don't know all the different dimensions of him, but he has an actual acting career. He goes to Atlanta a lot to do filming, and he's just such a creative person. And so all kinds of dynamic creative individuals kind of came together to produce this video.
Oh, wonderful. And it looks like the message for this video is really about being kind to others. So, that's always an important message. What really made you all decide to start with this one?
I kind of feel like this song, just in general, encouraging people to open our hearts and our minds and be willing to listen to a different perspective than you may have seen before, and just the moment right now. Never there was a time when it mattered more for us to open our hearts and our minds to each other. And of course, kindness, the ways that we treat each other and the ways that we impact the world around us. We never know how much effect that can have. You could encounter someone that you didn't know was on the edge. Their whole day leading up to that moment could have had them just in a desperate spot. You just never know who you're going to encounter, and the way that you treat them might end up changing their whole day around, and could ultimately change somebody's life just by the way that we're able to lift each other up. We all hold each other in our hands and have that power to impact each other for the positive or for the negative, and just feel that really deeply. And
Absolutely. I feel like if people, could internalize this kind of message, we could, change the world, honestly, a little more kindness. So Just one more time, for the people that want to get involved, I know that people were moved by that, and I'm sure they want to get involved and find some type of way to help. Just one more time, can you plug your contact information just to where they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, thank you. Anyone that'd like to be involved with this, we would love for you to reach out to us. You can find out more about this program at theriffraff.net/we need to talk. And if you'd like to call us, you're welcome to at 304-425-6425. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Right, and thank you so much for joining us again today. It was another great talk, another great community forum. And you guys, give them a call, get involved in something great and something creative for you to change your community and change your world. So thank you again for being here with us, and thank you all for joining us today. That is the end of this Sunday's Community Forum. Be sure to come back when we have another distinguished guest, and y'all have a great day.